So I just stumbled upon this new model called DFlash, and it's really changing the game for speculative decoding. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, it's designed for efficient parallel drafting, right? That already sounds intriguing. How does it achieve that?
Exactly, it uses a lightweight block diffusion approach. I mean, block diffusion sounds complex, but essentially it breaks down the data into manageable chunks.
Right, and that allows it to process multiple pieces at once, which could really speed things up. But I'm curious, what's the quality like?
Good question. It claims to maintain high quality during this efficient drafting process. I wonder if it's truly as effective as they say.
Well, I think that's one of those areas where we need to see real-world testing. Are there benchmarks available for it?
Yes, they do have benchmarks using datasets like GSM 8K and Math 500. Those are solid choices since they cover diverse problem types.
Totally, but let's dig deeper. How does it handle complexity in those data sets? Does it struggle with more difficult prompts?
That's a valid concern. From what I read, it uses specific configurations to manage difficult prompts better, but I still wonder how well it performs under pressure.
You know, it reminds me of when we discussed different model architectures. The balance between complexity and performance can be tricky.
Absolutely, and speaking of architecture, DFlash seems to connect to various models like QN and LLMA. I love how it integrates with existing frameworks.
Yeah, integration is key. But doesn't that also imply it might inherit some limitations from those models?
Good point, each underlying model has its quirks. I wonder if DFlash can effectively mitigate those issues in its performance.
And then there's installation. They recommend setting up separate virtual environments. Do you think that's overkill?
It might seem excessive, but it could save a lot of headaches with dependencies. Still, managing multiple environments sounds tedious.
Right, but once it's set up, the quick start guide looks pretty straightforward. I appreciate when tools provide easy installation steps.
Definitely, and that brings us to the evaluation aspect. They have commands for benchmarking across different backends.
True, it's fascinating how they structured that. But I wonder if the benchmarks can be universally applied across all models.
That's a fair critique. Benchmarks can vary significantly based on model architecture, so I'd be careful about extrapolating results.
Exactly. It almost feels like there's a need for standardized evaluation metrics in these models.
For sure, also, did you notice that DFlash encourages feedback for new model support? That's pretty proactive.
I think that's brilliant. Engaging the community can lead to rapid improvements. But are they prepared for the feedback flood?
Good question. It might overwhelm them, but it's also an opportunity for real-time updates and adaptations.
True, and speaking of community, I love that they acknowledged contributors in their documentation. It feels inclusive.
That's so important, it builds a sense of belonging, but I wonder if they'll keep up with the pace of innovation.
Innovation is relentless. They might need a solid feedback loop to stay ahead, especially with the fast-paced AI landscape.
Exactly, and let's not forget about the potential implications. If DFlash succeeds, it could redefine how we think about model efficiency.
Absolutely. But what about the risks? Could over-reliance on such models lead to a decline in critical thinking?
That's a huge concern. We could easily fall into the trap of trusting the tech without understanding its limitations.
Definitely. So, while DFlash is promising, it's essential we maintain a critical perspective as we adopt these new tools.
Well said, it's all about balance, embracing innovation while questioning its implications.
Exactly. And I can't wait to see how DFlash evolves in the coming months. It's going to be an exciting ride.
For sure, so what's the takeaway here? Do we think DFlash is a game changer or just another tool?
I think it has the potential to really change the landscape, but we need to approach it thoughtfully.
Right, and with that in mind, let's keep an eye on its development. Who knows what's next in this fascinating field?
Exactly. And the conversation doesn't stop here. There's so much to explore in AI, especially with emerging models like DFlash.
Absolutely, let's keep the dialogue going. Each new discovery leads to more questions.